Okay, welcome back to the second part of the 10 most important questions about raising self-esteem. This is Heiko and Andre again, and let's continue with question number 6. How long does it take to raise your self-esteem? Well, there's no really a fixed time on that. It can be weeks, it can only be days. It really depends on the person who is applying the techniques and the level of commitment that somebody brings into it. But there's one important thing: self-esteem has to be nourished along the way to ensure long-lasting benefits. Basically like a garden that you have to look after in order to keep it nice and beautiful. The problem that exists is that most people who start off with something have quick success and then abandon whatever they do and whatever that brought it on, and they lose it again. So in case you start working on your self-esteem, make sure that you keep going until you reach a certain level, and then you can lower the efforts a little bit. Okay, let's move on. Question number 7. How much time should be invested daily? Daily maintenance can be done along the way if you clean up negative issues from the past before. This is really important because the past, the negative past we're talking, is what keeps holding people back. Thinking about some event that wasn't that pleasant, people get back into that state again and they seem to not be able to get out of it. And it is very, very important that once you've done that cleanup work once, properly, it is fine, because simply you have to understand that the past does not equal the future. So, as said, a one-time cleanup can be enough, and from that it's kind of smooth sailing with only maintenance, and it can always be applied according to individual preferences and needs. Question number 8, what will be different with more self-esteem? Now, this is basically the classic before and after story. The real power lies in the work back towards now technique, which means that think about yourself with a desired outcome in the future, and when you think about yourself with some certain success and you look back and you see, the missing ingredient was my self-esteem. If I imagine my self-esteem back then being at the level that it is now, I could have had all these successes way earlier. So you look back at that missing ingredient, which is self-esteem, and ask yourself, how would everything would have been different with, especially with regards to missed opportunities from the past. And the question that you can ask yourself to actually empower these results is, what can I do now which, when applied, has an immediate positive impact on my self-esteem? Keep that question with you and ask yourself that question as often as you can, and you will see results straight away if you're committed. Question number 9. Is self-esteem the same as self-confidence? No, it is not. Self-esteem goes deeper and it is more important. Self-esteem is what you think about yourself, kind of your self-worth, what you love about yourself and who you really are, basically your core identity. While self-confidence describes what you're able to do with these insights. It's more of an expressional factor, more what you actually show other people and yourself on the outside, while self-esteem is more something that you build on the inside. And this is just why it's just far more impactful, because the inner belief determines what is possible on the outside. We covered that in an earlier question. Last question, number 10. How do others influence my self-esteem? And do they influence my self-esteem? And they do, permanently. At least they try. And the sad thing is that a lot of people try to affect it in a negative way. The degree of influence depends on the strength of self-esteem. See, there are always influencing factors. It's important to know these triggers of influence and act on them, being able to handle that. Because the reality is that the majority of people tries to keep other people small just because they don't want to develop personally. And if they make others feel small, they appear bigger to themselves. So basically said, if I make you feel small, I feel better about myself. And this is unfortunately what most people do, and it happens very often on on a subconscious level. So it is important to know these triggers and just how to sense them, and then you can actually react on other people trying to work against your self-esteem. We hope you had a lot of fun and this information helped you. If you want more, come and visit us. Have a great day, and always good luck and a lot of success with working on your self-esteem. Bye bye for now.